Hey guys, I had something pretty crazy happen today, and I got pretty excited about the lesson that came from it. It's something that I've always tried to do and live in quite a bit, but today it just showed up times a million, and it made me realize that I had to share this with you, not only because it's something that we can all grow from. But for me, just to hear myself say it right now, it kind of cements it in and makes me feel even more excited about it. And it's such a bigger reminder that this is a truth for me. It's Tuesday night, and it's probably been 5 days that I've been a father. And there's some things that I'm naturally good at because I've done them for so many years. And then there's some things that I am totally new at, like being a father. And I think there's no shame in, first of all, admitting the things that you're not an expert at and don't know. And last night, the baby was crying, and this morning, she was crying like crazy. And Christy's been a mom a while back, and I've never done this, and we're doing everything we can to be the best parents on the planet. And this morning Vivian was crying so much, and we usually have these different techniques that we've figured out. Okay, she might want a pacifier here, or she wants to be burped, or have her diaper changed, or she wants to suck on my finger, or something like that, or she wants me to sing to her. She loves Beach Boys, which is proof that she's my daughter. And then today, this morning, nothing was working, and we were getting exhausted, and we had decided to look into having a consultation with someone called a postpartum doula, and her name's Pam. And her website is mamababytransitions.com. And I didn't get to see this because I ran out of the house to get food and run many other errands because I was so exhausted. I was like, does anyone need anything from the post office? I went to the post office, of course, to run actual errands, but they also take a while, so that's fine with me too. I was just out of the house. I was so happy to be out of the house. And I didn't get to see this, but apparently when the doula came over, she made 3 adjustments. She swaddled her and then showed Christy another way to hold her, and she put her in this thing. And the baby, she came over at 1:30. And I'm making this video right now at 8:19 p.m. And the baby's still asleep. Now, the baby did wake up for, a feeding at one point, but overall, today has been crazy different than every other day. And it was such a reminder to me that if there's things that either you don't want to do, or there's things that you're not good at, it is so important to get help. It is so important to get someone who is an expert to come in and help, because there is so much to gain from the baby getting rest in this situation, the baby feeling good, us being able to do a few other things around the house or take a nap when we need to, and do different things like that. And these things often feel like extra expenses. And what we don't see is how much more we're spending when we don't get help on things that either we're not good at or that we don't want to do. Now, the raising a baby I want to do, but I'm totally not good at. So right away, when she showed up, we decided to hire her to come almost every weekday for a month for 4 hours a day so that we can get really good at it. And also, it'll help us in areas when we feel overwhelmed. And I think that's so much more exciting, because I don't want my daughter to grow up as we're treating her like a guinea pig, not knowing what we're doing, when there's someone whose life is doing this. It's her passion. This woman knows everything. She can come in and show us these little 2-inch shifts, and the baby's suddenly going to grow up healthier, more well-rested, more self-connected. And we're going to be able to get so many benefits, like being able to connect with the baby with more rest in our body and to connect with each other. And it's just insane, right? I'm even making this video with the baby sleeping next to me on the couch right now. Christy's holding the baby. And I'm just sitting here able to talk, and the baby's in the deepest sleep. And the other reason sometimes we can delegate is we don't want to do that thing. So for instance, with Evolving Out Loud, my company, when we do events, there are like 70 to 80 people that are doing things that they are amazing at. There are people that run the theater. There are people that are, the security guards. There are people, Dan and Carrie and Chris and Kara and Sarah. All these people on our team are doing different things that they are just amazing at. The only thing I do with Evolving Out Loud is I make the content because I love to do it. I love to meditate and make the content. So these videos, doing my events on stage, me going onto the stage, the designs, the t-shirts, all those things, I don't like to do. Now, a lot of people hear this and go, it costs money to delegate. And this is where we get stuck because we don't understand that what we end up doing when we think that way is we spread ourselves too thin. Now think about it in terms of things that you have to delegate, like dental work. Most of us know when something's bad with our teeth, we have to go to someone who's an expert at it. And even if it costs $20,000 to go to the dentist, it's probably a better decision than if you tried to take care of your teeth only by yourself. If you tried to drill, you tried to do all these things, that would be craziness. Now that also exists for things like if you're emotionally overwhelmed, you might want to consider getting therapy. If you hate cleaning, but you want to have a clean house, hiring someone to come do it helps you get into a vibration where you feel good. And when you feel really good, you can end up doing things from a much higher level, and it pays for itself over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to give you an example of a situation that I saw in the past that really taught me this. And there's no judgment for any of these people, but it was an insane experience to see. I remember doing a comedy club in the past where the club owner didn't hire a lot of waiters or, door people or bartenders or even MC comedians. He did all of it. And obviously, one of the reasons you would imagine probably that he did all of it was he wanted to save money. And I remember at one point I was headlining a comedy club and seeing him on stage, and the audience was not getting service. There were not waiters coming to them. There were not that many people that were able to do it because this guy was, when he gets off the stage, he does all of it. Now, immediately he's saving money by not hiring those other people, but how much money was he losing in those people buying more drinks? How much money was he losing in those people maybe not even coming back? And I remember one moment that was a huge lesson in my life where I saw him on stage, and I also saw like 20 people come into the comedy club, but there was no one at the door to take their money. So they stood there for like 10 minutes, and they could hear around the corner this comic, the owner of the club, kind of speaking to the audience, and they at one point turned around. Now, if he had sprung for whatever the $15, $20 an hour to have a door guy there, he would have immediately made $400, plus those people would have been in the club, and if he had a wait staff, they would have bought 2 drink minimum, maybe 3, 4 drinks, and if it was an amazing experience for them, they would come back. So he probably lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in repeat business. And then I think about the Improv Comedy Club franchise. That was the A comedy club to do, and they're all over the country. And one of the reasons is because every position when you go there there's someone that's amazing at that there. They have a full wait staff, they have the best, bartender, they have the best comics, and they have the best comics because they have the best audiences, and they have the best audiences because everyone's taken care of. And people often aren't seeing the long-term benefits to delegating the things that either you don't love to do or you're not good at. And for me, I always go, okay, what in my life do I not want to do? And even like the accounting for Evolving Out Loud, even the bill paying, everything is taken care of by other people. And I watched almost every comedy club that was run the first way at one point finally go out of business. And then I will watch more and more comedy clubs like the Improv pop up all over the country. Because the stuff that came in, they would delegate again to get someone to invest in another comedy club and then constantly be in this delegation. And there was always, always, always help coming in. A huge belief we have is I'm going to do it alone, or I'm scared to, not be the one to do it alone or whatever. And we don't understand that we're always not doing anything alone, because every single thing we do, you're wearing clothes someone else made, you're in a house someone else built, you're driving a car, you get help with certain things that you realize you need help. But we also can use help with different things, personal training, getting a nutritionist. Like I'm going to hire a nutritionist because there's so many things I don't know and I want an expert to help me with that. Now, that might cost money in the short term, but how much benefit will happen for me in all areas if I'm even on a higher plane of energy, if I'm more connected to myself? That's a huge, huge, huge deal. And a lot of times people get scared to spend that money, but we're used to spending it on Starbucks or beer or these things that aren't helping us in the long run. They're just kind of feeding an addiction. And with that addiction, we're spending more money on hospital bills and all these other things. So to me, the highest asset we have is the ability to live in our highest vibration by taking all the things that we're not experts at or all the things that we don't want to do and letting other people come and help. Because I can't put a price on our daughter being so healthy, so connected, getting more sleep, Christy and I feeling more connected. All those things are such a huge deal to me, and they're worth more than money. And I know for a fact that those things will pay for themselves over and over and over again, because the long run of us being absolutely exhausted because we didn't get help in the areas that either we're not good at or we don't love doing, that costs us all the money in the world, and then all the addictions and all these other things. So to me, hiring Pam and having a month of help so that we can not only rest, but get so much better at being parents and being in a high vibration is so freaking exciting to me. And she's not even that expensive. And that's available all over the place. And to me, that's a priority purchase. So to me, that's my lesson for today. Get help in areas that you need it. In areas where it feels heavy. Get a personal assistant if you need a personal assistant. Then you can focus on what's amazing for you. And you can be the best you can be. Because there's one area that if it's uninterrupted is worth an infinite amount of money. And the only reason we don't get help is we're scared of money. We're scared of losing money. We're losing money by hoarding. We're losing money by holding back. Help yourself and help the people around you by getting help where you need it. It's going to change your life completely.